Alejandro Garnacho to Arsenal. Where the hell did this transfer come from? In all of the updates around the club, we're bringing them all to you now here, this lunchtime here on Forever United TV. Get into the comments section, let me know what you think about these deals. Update on Rasmus Højlund's situation and Victor Gyokeres as well this lunchtime. But the main story and the main one that is hitting the headlines so far today is Alejandro Garnacho. Now, we know that Manchester United are selling Garnacho. We know that with the news that came out the other day from Fabrizio Romano, that Garnacho is definitely not got a place in Ruben Amorim's side. He's made that clear. The club and the player are all on board. He is leaving this summer. We know all of that. We've covered it and covered it in depth. But the destination for Garnacho has been now the biggest talking point, I feel. And I feel like this now is going to start to gather momentum. Like I said before on how many different live shows I've said so far on Forever United TV, the talk on what Romano said in breaking this news is now going to send everything into overdrive regarding his club or destination where he's going to move to. United want approximately 50 million quid. The big thing in this is that Garnacho now, with interest from Leverkusen, with interest from Napoli, other European clubs from the Saudi Pro League, there is an option for him there. It is coming out more and more. And the one thing that has been reported and been a consistent with all of the Garnacho reports is that he wants to stay in the Premier League. It's looking more and more likely now. Even Romano has said there is a very good chance you will see Garnacho playing in Premier League football in a different shirt next season. Could that shirt be red again and the Arsenal red? Wow, we didn't see this coming. We didn't think that Arsenal would be going for someone like Garnacho. They need a striker, and maybe they want reinforcements. Look, I've talked many a times on Football Talks, actually, about Arsenal needing depth. Injuries last season completely killed them. Injuries to Martinelli, to Saka. Obviously, Garnacho can play both left and right. He is an option for Mikel Arteta in that department. And I can see, actually, when you think about it, why he might go for someone like Garnacho, an out-and-out winger, someone who is reliant in that Arsenal system to get out wide and create. I don't know personally whether Garnacho would want to go to Arsenal. If he wants to stay in the Premier League and play Champions League football, he's got two options. The three clubs in for Garnacho now are now looking like favourites to sign him. Arsenal, Chelsea and then Aston Villa. And then it's the European clubs. But with so much interest within the Premier League, it does look now like he's staying. Obviously, comment in below and let me know if you'd have an issue with Garnacho playing against us next season with everything that's happened. Obviously, one of our academy players, one of our brightest young prospects that has come through, now playing for another team at just the age of 20. Is this a sign that Manchester United have gone completely wrong? A lot of people have said this to me before while doing live shows. Look at United now talking about selling a player, selling their academy players to other football clubs. Look, we all know that the fallout with Ruben Amorim is real. We know that he doesn't fit into his system. He does fit elsewhere. I've made the stance and I've been consistent with it throughout that Garnacho doesn't fit with Amorim. He has to go. Simple as. And here's a question for you all as well. I asked it this morning on the live show as well. If Garnacho leaves, are you upset? But if Garnacho leaves and Gyokeres comes through the door because he has left and we've got the money to spend on Gyokeres, does that then work out better for you? Do you feel a lot more comfortable with that happening? Is that the football club not just forgetting about its roots? They're just dealing with a situation that's in play at the moment where they have to raise funds to bring in another player. On that other player in Victor Gyokeres, obviously Garnacho is going to play a big part in this. Manchester United need to sell players to bring in Victor Gyokeres, or do they? Now, with Manchester United's financials and where this is coming from, I don't know, because the figures are there for everybody to see. But there are reports going around that Manchester United don't need to sell to bring Victor Gyokeres in. But then again, I don't get it, because every single journalist under the sun has actually said that United are looking to move players up. Maybe it is just a case of Manchester United want to make room in the squad. They need to sell players. They need to move players on. But financially, apparently, and this would go in line with what has been reported recently with Manchester United's financial figures, obviously as well, with the money that I said we brought in already. If you think about it, United apparently, according to The Athletic, had £141 million to spend in terms of the PSR this summer. They can afford to go over on that without making any sales, that was. And so you think 60, let's just say that Mbeumo, who's going to be announced very soon, is going to be 62.5, like it was for Matheus Cunha. You're looking at what there, 125 million spent already. That leaves you with, if you're looking at the 141 that were allowed, what, 16 million. If you then add what Man United have made through the likes of Alvaro Fernandez, what we're going to make through Odiele, who's being sold by Legia Warsaw, a former Manchester United Academy player, 100% profit with a sell-on clause implemented in his move 2 seasons ago to Legia Warsaw, and now being moved on, 2 million there. Alvaro, 8 million, 10 million, 5 million for Jadon Sancho, 15 million, 10 million from the tour that United just did in Asia, 25 million. You add 25 million to that 16 million, you're then up to over 40 million. Manchester United have actually got room here. You add the transfer, you add the free agents that have left Manchester United in Evans, Eriksson, and Lindelof, and the wages that they're on. That's over 20 million a year in wages. Also, United have got room. United have got room. That with Sir Jim Ratcliffe's investment on top, this is why people are talking that United don't need to actually sell. But United are looking to move players out of the way anyway. I think it's through wage situations more than anything. I think Mbumo's wage and Matthias Cunha's wage are covered with the players that have just left for nothing, which is Lindelof, Eriksson and Johnny Evans. More than covered with them players, so no drama there in terms of wage structure. United are pretty settled and pretty comfortable with what's going on here, and I've got money to spend. And there are a couple of reports going around, and the Muppeteers picked up on it as well, that United don't have to necessarily sell to bring Gyokeres in financially. Is there a situation where United are actually looking at squad size and trying to bring Gyokeres in? The reports are all there. We covered Gyokeres this morning, and we know that Manchester United are now in contact with Sporting. They are trying to move players on. There is a Rasmus Højlund situation developing now. I said this morning, I don't think Rasmus will go until we get... I don't think Gyokeres will come in until we get confirmation that Rasmus Højlund is leaving. I think I said that wrong again there then, actually. But no, you get it. Either way, look, Rasmus leaving brings Gyokeres in. I think if United have securing Gyokeres, then I think Rasmus can go. But there are definite reports now coming out, and more coming out, that United are happy with Rasmus Højlund going on loan, as long as next season it's an obligation. I think they are very, very clear and understanding that Rasmus is not going to fetch the value that they need this summer, which is approximately 40 million. But United are willing to accept 45 million euros obligation from Inter Milan if they take him on loan this season, pay his whole wages. So again, when you look at it, when you look at 65 grand's worth of wages for Johnny Evans, you're looking at 150 grand's worth of Christian Eriksen. You're then looking at 120 grand's worth of Victor Lindelof, and then you're looking at another 85 grand's worth of wages for Rasmus Højlund, all off the books. You can see how Manchester United have scope and room to actually make deals happen. And everything is going to be piling on in. Just wanted to bring you completely up to date with the Garnacho situation right now, because that's the news that's hitting the headlines right now. Give me your thoughts on that first and foremost. Arsenal taking Garnacho. Is that something you could live with if that brings in Victor Gyokeres? That's your question to deal with, and that's your update right now on Forever United TV, everybody. Let me know what you think about that. Garnacho to Arsenal. Can you handle that? Especially if Gyokeres comes in because of it. Give this video a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button up on your screen right now, everybody, and get involved in the chats here on Forever United TV. I'll see you in the next update, everybody. Lots is going on.